Now this is a very big statement, but I think this is about to be the best unboxing I have ever done. And we have done a lot of unboxings over here on this channel. I'm gonna jump straight into it and I'm gonna start with the biggest box first. And by biggest, I mean, look at the size of this. I'm gonna do a quick backstory. I'm gonna keep it as short and sweet as possible. If you follow me on Instagram, you will already know that I just recently went to Paris. I posted lots of photos whilst I was there. Paris is one of my favorite cities in the world all year round, but in autumn it is unmatched. It's so beautiful. I was actually there for work, so it was a quick visit. However, just before I left, I text my lovely SA, who I am very lucky to have in Paris, and just wondered if they were available, not necessarily for an appointment, but just to catch up. And luckily they were up for the catch up just as much as I was. I feel like I've built a really lovely relationship, almost I stretched a friendship with my SA in Paris. And when we see each other, it's not just all about handbags and Hermès. We also speak about our personal lives and what we've been up to, and it just makes my trips to Paris even better. And I am eternally grateful to them. But as well as a brilliant catch up, you might notice I also had a very successful appointment too. I can't lie, my hair is driving me mad. I don't know if it's because it's sticking to my suede jacket. Maybe I should take the jacket off because I can't cope. Okay, so box number one. I have had my eye on these shoes. Yes, they are shoes for an awfully long time, but I'd never tried them on before. But the minute I put them on my feet, I was totally sold. So some of you might already know what boots they are because they are very iconic to Hermès. You might be thinking they look a little bit worn, but that is because I have worn them at least 3 times already. They are so comfortable. I think they look so chic with tights, with leggings, even with bare legs and socks and like a short skirt. The leather is so buttery and soft, and honestly, they are made to perfection. The only downside I have found since buying them, and I also have the same problem with Hermès bags as well, is the fact that once you get one pair, you kind of want them in every colour. So I now want the suede ones because they look stunning. I just think they are the most perfect classic boot. They're something I'm going to have in my wardrobe for years, if not forever. I will get them back out year after year. I just think they're gorgeous. I am going to be honest though, there is one thing I don't love about them, and it is actually quite a big thing, and I don't know why they only do it in this hardware, but the front buckle is palladium, which is silver. And as you guys will know if you watch my videos already, I am very much a gold girly. All of my jewellery is gold, all of the hardware and pretty much all of my handbags is either gold or champagne. And so the fact that this is palladium, it does get to me because I don't like clashing metals, but I loved the boots that much on that I just tried to look past the hardware. But I wish so much Hermès did them in gold hardware. So this is my message to you, Hermès, when you watch my video, which you're definitely not going to, but if you do, please make these with gold hardware because it would just make my life complete. I was also wondering, do you reckon I could get this dipped? Has anyone ever done that before? Like, do you reckon I could get this changed to gold? I mean, that's probably not something that you should do, or I'm not advising anyone to do that, but like, is it possible? Maybe. But other than that, stunning boots, and I'm very happy with the purchase. The next item is another pair of shoes. I don't even have a box for these because I wore them straight away, and I've worn them so much since. When I first wore them, they gave me the worst blisters, but they're actually kind of comfortable now. These are the bouncing sneakers from Hermès. I got them in the black kind of material with the white sole, and then as you can see, the contrast black H on them. These come in so many different colorways, and they change their colorways seasonally. I would love to get them in like a beige color with like a beige H, you know, just very neutral. But I'm someone that lives in gym gear day to day. Like, I often wear like an all black set, black trainers, black bag. That is me pretty much every single day, and I just felt these were perfect for me to kind of run errands in, but also look put together at the same time. I mean, when I say I'm in gym wear, living my life, unfortunately not going to the gym. I should go to the gym more. I'm working on that, but no, these are not a gym shoe. They're like a pretend, look like I'm going to the gym, but I'm not going to the gym. You get the vibe. Now, this next piece I actually bought in London before my trip to Paris. There is a big craze at the moment with handbag charms, and I'm so here for it. I think they are super cute, very fun, and it's a trend I'm happy to get on board with. So I've been on the hunt for a charm that matches not one of my bags, but at least 2 of my bags, so I can kind of switch it around to each one. And so I popped into Hermès and I got one of the iconic, oh, his tail's a little bit squished up. I feel a little bit sorry for him, he needs kind of pressing, but I got one of the iconic bag charms. And let me show you how cute it looks on my Pickerton. This particular charm is called a Rodeo Pegasus, and that is because it has little wings. So the main colour of this is gold, the wings are a taupe, and then the tail, the strap, and the mane is in cray. So lots of neutral colours. I already own a bag in the colour of taupe, and I have a Pickerton in the colour gold. So I thought it was a great charm to get because it will look perfect on lots of my bags. It's something you can easily take on and off. And I also really love when people add twillies as well. I actually have a few twillies in here from a previous visit, but I brought them with me because I wanted to put them onto my Pickerton. So this one I have in particular, there's lots of neutrals, golds, and kind of blues. And there's also like a taupe colour running through it as well. But if I was to put this on the strap, I'm doing this very roughly, I'm very rushed, but just to give you the look, I mean, I think it's fun. It's like a real craze to decorate your bags at the moment, but I just think it dresses it up, add something different so all of our bags look different from each other's, and it's a trend I'm very happy to get into. I've just suddenly noticed, have I been off center this entire video? I feel like I'm like not in the middle of the screen. I also feel like the background looks really yellow, but who cares, because we're now onto the best part of the unboxing. Don't get me wrong, I love everything else I got, but this is a dream come true. I don't think I'll ever get over it. If you know your stuff when it comes to Hermès bags, I think it's kind of obvious what bag is inside this box. I knew straight away what bag it was going to be, but I didn't know what colour, I didn't know what hardware, and I mean, I just am still not over it. Like, it's honestly incredible. Like, I'd also just like to say, I have been collecting designer handbags for so many years. I've been obsessed with bags for as long as I can remember. Way before I could even afford to buy myself designer bags, I would research about them. I would be able to tell the difference between real ones and fake ones. I would know the price of every bag that was worthwhile knowing the price of. I just feel like if I could take a degree on designer handbags, I would get an A star. Some people might think it's sad, but I just feel like I have a lot of knowledge and love when it comes to handbags. So this bag here means more than you'll ever know. So without further ado, let's get into the final box. Although actually we've got one more thing after this, but like this is the main thing and the reason we are all here. So when you have an Hermès appointment in Paris, this works differently in all different locations around the world, but I'm talking about Paris because this is where I got this. They will ask you what bag you are looking for, and you need to know your stuff. I've spoken about this before in other Hermès unboxings, but just to quickly skim over it. You need to know what leather you'd like, what colour you'd like, what hardware, what size, what style you'd like. And by style, I mean it can only be a Birkin or a Kelly if you're after a quota bag. Bags like Pickertons are not quota bags. And of course, being handbag obsessed, I know my stuff when it comes to bags. I wish I knew my stuff when it came to other really important things in life, but I don't. But I do know my stuff about this. So when my lovely SA asked me what I was looking for that day, I gave them 3 options. You kind of start with your dream bag, and then you kind of work your way down. I've also explained this a lot of times before, but with Hermès, you don't always get exactly what you are after. People who don't know the Hermès game think that's ridiculous, and I don't know, maybe it is, but us as handbag lovers just like kind of get it, you know? And what I mean by that is, let's say for example, you might ask for a Birkin 25 in black Togo leather with gold hardware. That is what that bag is just there. But the bag you get offered might be a Birkin 25, so the same size, Togo leather, the leather you are after, but palladium hardware. And the reason they don't offer you a bag that is exactly what you asked for is because truthfully, they probably don't have it in the stock room. They might have a bag that's very similar, but not exactly what you wanted, which happens more often than not. And then you have to kind of weigh up if you love it enough to buy it, or if you want to hold out and hope that one day you get a bag that meets all of your criteria. So on this day, I said my 3 options and off my essay went, and I waited so nervously. I know it sounds so pathetic, but if you do like handbags and you kind of are into the same things as me, it's nerve-wracking. I can't lie. I mean, nerve-wracking is a bit ridiculous, but like, you're sat there 10 minutes feels like an hour. And I'm thinking, I wonder what I'm gonna get. It's exciting, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like I'm like sat there scared or like nervous, like in a bad way. It's exciting, I get a thrill out of it. And I'm just thinking of all the different colors and sizes and what I could possibly be offered. But when my essay came back, I saw the box and I automatically knew the sizes. I've already said it was kind of obvious to me. It was a very small bag. But as they opened the dust bag, I kind of expected to see a really bright colour. Wouldn't have been mad because my collection is very kind of neutrals, but I prefer neutrals. So of course I wanted it to be the exact bag I'd asked for. But let me just tell you, getting that bag is so rare, but it happened. When I tell you, I nearly cried. Like, honestly, I nearly shed a tear. But I present to you guys my newest and smallest child, my black mini Kelly with gold hardware. Are you joking? A mini Kelly? I could not believe my luck. I was like, can I touch it? Is it mine? Could I have it? And my lovely SA basically said that it was just my lucky day. Sometimes they have no bags and sometimes they have a lot. And that day they had a lot, but they also had the exact bag I asked for. So my first choice of handbag was a black mini Kelly with gold hardware. And my dream literally came true. I'd actually never held a mini Kelly before that day. That actually sounds like I'm saying it as a child. Like, I'd never held a mini Kelly. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like I'd never touched one before. I was actually quite shocked at how small they are. Like, I knew they were small, but it is really tiny. Like, it's so cute. I have worn her a few times already. Also kind of scared. I always am when I get a new bag. Like, you just baby them a lot. But, I mean, absolute perfection. The perfect bag. It also comes with a crossbody strap, but the strap is actually so handy. And do you know what? I was worried it wasn't going to fit anything in it, but it kind of fits all the essentials. You can fit your phone. I've got an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I can fit it in without a phone case. You can get your cards in there, a lip gloss, chewing gum, car keys, house keys. Like, it's actually quite deceiving. It's small size. Fits kind of a lot in there. But I'm just not over it. Like, can you believe she's mine? Some of you might be thinking, Freya, another black bag. But as I said, it was my first choice. It's exactly what I asked for. I wanted a bag that I could wear in the evenings. And I think this is a really perfect bag for, I mean, I want to say nights out. I don't truthfully go on that many nights out. But you know when you're going for dinner and a Birkin is too big? This, perfect. But I have actually realised it's great in the daytime too. As I say, you can wear it crossbody or just over your shoulder. It's so much lighter than obviously a Birkin because it's literally like a quarter of the size. I also feel safer using it because it's strapped to me. And I honestly just blooming love it. Don't get me wrong, eventually I'm gonna add some colour into my collection. Maybe in like 3 bags time. I've got a few other bags on my Hermès wish list, which I really hope I will get soon. Although don't get me wrong, I'm not being greedy, like I'm not in a big rush, but all I'm saying is like my next 3 bags are gonna continue to be neutrals until I start to go into a little bit of colour. Like, I would love a mini Kelly in pink. They're so hard to get hold of though. Or like, I was gonna say orange, maybe not orange, but I think like a pink or maybe just pink. I'm not someone that wears a lot of colour unless it is literally pink. But for me, honestly, black, it couldn't have been any better. I mean, I also love this in gold. That was my second option. So I tell you what else I said. I said basically I would love a mini Kelly in black, gold hardware. I said I understand this is so unlikely and it doesn't really exist. I also love a mini Kelly in gold with gold hardware. To be honest, I'd also love a mini Kelly in any colour. That's what I said. Although you don't want to look like you just take anything, but like the truth is I would have a mini Kelly in any colour. And then I think I said I'd like a Kelly 25 in either Cray or Natta with gold hardware because I really would love a cream handbag. I think I'm really missing it in my collection. And you know, even this time of year when you're putting together sort of like creamy neutral looks, I just often think a cream bag would fit into my collection. So I said that, and then I think I said a Birkin 25 in gold. That's basically like the list I think I gave, but also like a Birkin 25 with gold hardware in lots of neutral colours like greys. I'd be open to it too. So that's what I said, and I got my number one. Like, what the hell? The last thing I wanted to show you before I wrap this video up, because I actually need to go and I feel like I've been talking like a motor mouth, is when I came home, Reese was so happy for me about my bag, because being my partner, I, you know, I'm always telling him, or a lot in his ear, about what I'm like working towards, or the next bag that I want, or I feel like he just shares the Hermès journey as much as I do, basically. And when I got home, he'd surprised me with a little twilly. So he went to Hermès and picked me out a little twilly for my bag, and I just thought, how cute is that? So he actually said it was a bit overwhelming because there were so many different ones to choose from, and he didn't even really know what he was looking at, but he got me this one, which I love so much because it's really different on each side. So one side is really kind of colourful, it's got the Hermès iconic horse, and then the other side is orange, and it looks fab, wrapped around the handle of my Kelly. I don't even know if you can see this right now, but it just looks very cute, and I thought that was so thoughtful because he knew, like, honestly how made up I was. Like, I'm still not over it. Every single time I see it or touch it or wear it, I'm like, someone's like, oh my god, I love your bag. I'm like, me too. But honestly, amazing. I am so incredibly grateful. So on that note, I think that is the perfect time to wrap this video up. If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'd also like to say, if you currently have an Hermès wish, or you're trying to get a quota bag, I hope this year, although we're actually 2 months away from the end of the year, I hope this next year ahead, should I say, is the year your Hermès wish gets granted and you get your dream handbag. And I will pray to the Hermès gods for us all. Thanks so much again for watching, guys, and from me and little Kelly, goodbye.